Hey y'all, don't forget to hit these buttons over here while you're listening. Californians' crime concern put pressure on criminal justice reform and progressive DAs. This is about Proposition 36, and I have been saying vote no on Proposition 36. Let's get into the article. 10 years ago, Ali Bean joined 3.7 million Californians in voting for a measure that downgraded many nonviolent felony crimes to misdemeanors, such as petty shoplifting and drug use, hoping it would lead to a more equitable criminal justice system and help end mass incarceration. Since then, she has seen an increase in crime in her beloved Venice neighborhood of LA, with some homes robbed in broad daylight. Meanwhile, the sidewalks are occupied by tents of homeless people and dotted with people passed out from drugs. The opioid crisis touched her personally when she lost her 25-year-old granddaughter, Zelly Rose, to a fentanyl poisoning. I thought there was going to be rehabilitation with criminal justice reform, said Bean, a lifelong Democrat. I didn't think there was going to be no consequences. A decade after Proposition 47 passed, Bean's grievances are increasingly shared by Californians, with smash and grab store thefts captured on video that go viral, feeding a sense that the state has become lawless. And more voters are pinning the blame for that on efforts to advance criminal justice reform, Proposition 47, and progressive district attorneys. The issue has resulted in some tight races this year up and down the solidly blue state for Democratic and progressive members of Congress, mayors, and district attorneys who are up for re-election. And a new statewide measure on the ballot, Proposition 36, would partly roll back the 2014 law. The criminal justice reform, critics say, has been a failed social experiment. 2 years after San Francisco voters ousted one of the first reform-minded prosecutors elected to office, voters across the Bay in Oakland will decide in November whether to recall another progressive district attorney. To the south in LA, District Attorney George Gascon, who co-authored Proposition 47 and won election in 2020 after protests and racial reckoning following the police unaliving of George Floyd, faces stiff competition from a former federal prosecutor who calls himself a hard middle candidate. I skipped over some of that where it talks about the people running because it's a whole lot about what's going on. I want to get to Proposition 36. Proposition 36 goes further. It would make theft of any amount a felony if a person already has 2 theft convictions, lengthen some theft and drug felony sentences, make fentanyl possession a felony, and require people with multiple drug charges to complete treatment or else serve time. Voters rejected a similar initiative in 2020, but this time around there is a bipartisan coalition backing Proposition 36. Over 180 Democrat elected officials, including 64 mayors, signed onto a campaign supporting the initiative last month. The measure could increase California's 90,000 strong prison population by a few thousand and would cost tens of millions of dollars annually at both the state and county level. It also would reduce drug and mental health funding that comes from incarcerating fewer people. I know I talk about it all the time, right? The systems. I don't know why this isn't plain to everyone. Even Kamala was talking about it once, and she almost had it, but then turned. I thought she was getting there, and no, she wasn't. And it's all those systems that we have to operate under that creates the addicts. I was there. That creates the needing the distraction from the reality, the wealth disparities that create the crime, the lack of community that create the people needing the community and then needing to protect themselves from the out. Anyways, I just don't understand how people just don't see. It's just all pretty clear. I don't know why we don't just help people. I don't know. Anyways, don't forget to hit those buttons. I hope your day doesn't suck. Okay, love y'all. Bye.